Good evening, everyone. I am Cassandra Boyd, and today I will be giving a special occasion speech about the day I lost my grandmother. Some people grow up living with both parents, some people grew up living with their mother or their father, but I grew up with neither of my parents. I was raised by my grandmother, Bernice Kennedy. I lived with my grandmother up until the age of 17. Once I reached the age of 17, I moved out to stay with a cousin. Living with a grandparent can have its time. Sometimes I had to take care of her. She was on dialysis for a kidney failure, but mostly she had taken care of me. I learned how to cook. I learned how to ride a bike. I learned a lot of things by living with my grandmother. I also learned the means of respecting your elders. Even though it was not hard even though I was not living with my grandmother anymore, I always wanted to be there for her, and I always wanted to take care of her. Now I'm going to talk to you about the day that she was hospitalized and the day we lost her. When she was hospitalized, it was September of 2011. She was very sick. She had a spot on her lung, I would say, and they thought it was cancerous. So she had to go into immediate surgery to get it removed. She did not want to have cancer. She did not want to have surgery, but her children, which is about 13 children and grandchildren, wanted her to go through with the surgery so they could know for sure what was going on. At this time, my grandmother was 76 years old. I remember the day like it was yesterday. We were out of school because it was parent-teacher conference day, and we had just left the school from meeting my teachers. We went to the hospital to see my grandmother, and she was very happy. I felt her because she wanted me to adjust her pillow, and I felt her, and she was very cold. But I really didn't think much of it because she's always very cold, and she always likes the heat on and likes a blanket with her socks on. So I sat there for a couple hours just talking with her. She was sitting up, she was happy, she was talking to us. It was no problem until we went to go get something to eat. So I left my grandmother there. She was by herself. I told her I was coming right back. Me and my now husband at the time, now my boyfriend at the time, but now he's my husband, we both left her. I told her I loved her, and I told her that we'll be right back. It wasn't even 30 minutes later we got the call to hurry up and come back to the hospital. Around that time, we were already pulling into the hospital, and we was walking in the hospital. As we was walking towards the elevator, I saw my aunt running towards the elevator, and like something was wrong. So as we got to the 4th floor, there was a lot of doctors just in and out of her room, crowding around her room, and they would not tell us anything that's going on. We just standing outside, just waiting. And then waited for about 30 minutes. 30 minutes later, that's when the doctor comes out and he tells us that she's gone. At that moment, I didn't know what to do. I was heartbroken. I was crying. Everyone was sad, and everyone was very hurt. Especially, I would say I was more hurt because I was the last one that saw her. I was the last one to tell her that I would be right back, that I love her, and that we was going to be right back, basically. Knowing that I did tell her I love her before she left, that helped me cope through it majority of the time. But from day to day, I still think about her. I still reminisce on that day, and I still dream about her all the time. After the death of my grandmother, I always wonder why. Now that I know that she's in a better place, I know she'll forever be my guardian angel. To this day, I still wear the cross that she had on the day she died. Her oldest daughter, which is my oldest aunt, she gave me her cross after I joined the military, so she could always be with me no matter where I go. So now I wear this cross to know that she's near me, she's close to my heart, and to know that she'll always be my Messiah, and now she's always there when I need her. Today I talked about how I coped with the loss of my grandmother, Bernice Kennedy, the relationship we shared, and how she raised me. Thank you for listening to my special occasion speech, and have a great day.